Beer brewing is my topic. It has three major ingredients and three major steps to brewing. Beer is a beverage enjoyed by so many Americans. It's not just a regular beverage where you add sugar and water to make something taste so good. No beer uses three main ingredients other than water, grain, hops, and yeast. The stages at which these ingredients and steps are done are critical to brewing. Beer is the third most consumed beverage behind water and tea, and while most of CMU and people in general drink it without knowing the main ingredients, I'm going to inform you about them. First, I will explain the adding of the grain and what the process does to the beer. Second, I will explain the process of adding the hops and what that does to the beer. Finally, I will discuss how adding the yeast creates the aroma and taste of the beer. Grain. In brewing beer, you can think of it as three main steps in the process: adding the grain, hops, and yeast. After the water has reached a certain temperature, it's time to add the grain. There are two different types of grain to choose from. The grain is what gives the water the sugar it needs. The most commonly used are malted barley and malted wheat. The amount of grain added will dictate the amount of sugars that could possibly be released from the product, which is going to help you produce a higher alcohol volume. Hops is the second addition. The addition of hops to the brew is one of the most important processes of beer making because it is what gives the beer its unique taste. Hops are added after you get the sweet wort, which is the sugars and other components from the grain mixed with the water. These hops can be added at different times to the sweet wort, which allows you to add different flavoring hops at different times. During the process of adding hops to the boiling wort for about 1 to 2 hours, the hops will be dissolved along with water, leaving the flavoring from the hops and sugars from the grain. And yeast is the final ingredient to beer. Based on the type of yeast used, this will determine the storage length and temperature needed to maintain the outcome of the beer. Throughout the storage, the yeast will activate with the sugars and turn them into alcohol. The storage process for some of the breweries is as little as 2 weeks, but can be stored for a long time. The adding of the yeast is the last major ingredient in the beer making process that shouldn't be taken lightly. To add the yeast, to cool the wort down very quickly. To cool the boiling wort down, you must have a copper coil which allows cold water to run through it. After the wort is cooled down, you must strain the wort into carboy, which usually holds between 5 to 15 gallons and typically used for home fermentation. And that is it.
Little cough clap.